If you thought the last 5 rums were diverse, we're going a little bit further. Because the more you explore rum, the more you realise just how difficult it is to define what rum should taste like. Different countries, different raw materials, different fermentation methods, and producers who are prepared to do things a little differently. Welcome to RumShopBoy. My name's Simon, and today I've picked 5 more rums that show just how diverse rum can really be. Let's start with Ron Colón Salvadoreño. This rum comes from El Salvador, and that's not necessarily the first country that comes to mind when you think of rum. But the country is only part of the story, because Ron Colón takes aged Salvadoran column still rum and combines it with unaged Jamaican pot still rum, including rum from Worthy Park, Hamden and Monymusk. So you've got a lighter aged Latin style rum combined with big flavourful Jamaican pot still rum. 2 very different rum traditions brought together in one bottle. Rich fruit, banana, spice and plenty of Jamaican character. It's an unusual blend from an unexpected country, and a brilliant example of what can happen when you stop thinking about rum styles in isolation. Worthy Park Overproof also comes from Jamaica, but there's something very unusual about this rum, because it's made using both molasses and fresh sugarcane juice. That's not something you see very often, especially in Jamaican rum. Both are fermented and then distilled in Worthy Park's double retort pot still. The result is bottled at 63% ABV, and it is absolutely packed with flavour. Tropical fruit, banana, citrus, fresh cane, and of course plenty of Jamaican funk. This isn't a gentle rum, but it shows how changing the raw materials can create a different expression, even within an established rum tradition. Renegade rum, Dunfermline Farm column still, takes the idea of fresh sugarcane juice in another direction. This comes from Grenada, and Renegade has built its approach around the idea that where sugarcane grows and the variety of cane being used can influence the final spirit. It's an approach more often associated with wine, terroir, but Renegade applies that idea to rum. This particular rum comes from Dunfermline Farm and is distilled using a column still. It's unaged and it's bottled at 50% ABV, allowing the cane, the farm and the production choices to remain front and centre. Fresh cane, citrus, grass and a slightly mineral character. It's a fascinating modern approach to exploring what sugarcane can bring to rum. Savanna Lontan Grand Arôme comes from Réunion, and this rum shows just how important fermentation can be, because a huge amount of flavour begins before the spirit ever reaches the still. Grand Arôme is a highly aromatic style of rum, and Savanna uses extended fermentation to encourage the development of those powerful aromatic compounds. The result is a rum that can be intense. Overripe tropical fruit, olives, fermented fruit, spice, and there are flavours that can be almost too difficult to describe. It's strange, it's powerful, and it's definitely not going to appeal to everyone. But that's exactly why it's here, because Savanna Lontan shows just how dramatically fermentation can change the character of rum. Barbosa, Amado y Vicente, Grogue. It takes us to Cape Verde. Grogue is a traditional cane spirit made from fresh sugarcane juice, and this comes from Santiago Island. The fresh cane juice is fermented without adding water, and then distilled in small copper stills that are heated directly by wood fire. You have fresh cane, fruit, herbal notes, and a slightly rustic character. This is not a modern distillery trying to invent a new category. It's a traditional spirit closely connected to the place where it's produced. And it shows that the history of sugarcane spirits extends far beyond the Caribbean. There are entire rum traditions that many people have simply never encountered. So there you have it. 5 more rums, an unusual blend from El Salvador, molasses and cane juice combined in Jamaica, farm and cane-driven rum from Grenada, extended fermentation in Réunion, and traditional grog from Cape Verde. 5 more examples of just how difficult it is to put rum into one neat little box. And we're still not finished, because in the next video we're going even further. And remember, drink more rum!